What's up, guys? Welcome back to MattDIY for part 4 of rewiring the garage and putting up some new lighting. So in today's video, we're actually going to go ahead and finish the one box that we have here. It's going to have an outlet and a double switch. So one switch for the exterior lights, one switch for the new interior lights. And so we're going to go ahead and get that buttoned up today, show you how to wire an outlet and a switch and get that all taken care of. Before we get started though, guys, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click subscribe down below. That way you don't miss anything or anything in this series or upcoming if you like to do things yourself, things like that. You know, it's going to be exciting moving forward, so definitely be sure to do that. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get started. I figured I'd mention really quickly, guys, that this is actually the completed sub panel. So I know at the end of last video we showed that how to wire a couple circuits. I did go ahead and off camera just finish that up. Since it's pretty much just, you know, the same thing over and over again. We do have 4 circuits that we really probably didn't need 4, but since I had the room and since I did end up having, you know, 4 different things, I figured why not, we'll just go ahead and do that. If we need to someday, we can always switch 2 of them and put them on the same breaker, or we can actually do a double breaker with separate circuits. That's an option too. Also, this double pole 15 amp is for the generator, which is just connected to the yellow wire that's just hanging here for right now. We'll explain that another time. But for right now, our focus is going to be this box right here. We're going to do the switch and the receptacle. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to go ahead and do that. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and actually cut these wires down the center, strip all the sheeting off, and then we'll come back to you with what we're going to do from there. Alright guys, so now all the sheeting's off, what I'm just going to do is go ahead and trim these. Probably want to give yourself about maybe an inch or so right outside of the box, maybe even a little more, just so you have plenty to work with here. So what we have here is this is going to be the line to the interior lights, and then we have the line to the exterior lights. So that one is almost there. Okay. And we've got one supply circuit. And then we've actually got a secondary supply circuit. Don't really need 2 in this scenario, but since there were 2 coming into the box, I'm just going to go ahead and use them. That way we got one dedicated line to the receptacle, and we've got another line going to the lights, just to make sure, just to make everything a little cleaner. So these 3 we're actually going to save for the switch. I'm going to go ahead and do the receptacle now. Okay guys, so here's your typical receptacle. This is just the basic one. Pro tip here, you can actually get these guys at your local Walmart big box store for like 50 to 60 cents a piece. And actually, I was at the Lowe's at the time and I had to buy these, and I think these were even like 70 cents just for the cheapo. You know, this is a garage, I didn't need anything fancy. Cheapo receptacle. But no matter what kind you have, they're all wired in the same. So if you look at it, you've got 2 sides. One's got darker colored screws, and the other's got a lighter colored screw, and you have a green screw. So basically, the orientation should be like this, with the ground up and your 2 right there. And then on the right hand side, you will have your silverish colored screws, or your light colored, whatever you want to call them. That is for your neutral wire, your white wire. And then on the left is your hot side. So this is the gold, the darker screws. That's for your hot wire, or usually your black or red wire. And then your green screw is actually for the ground, or the bare wire, or green wire. And that's how it is. That's all there is to it in wiring it. What you want to do is, you'll see that, let me grab my screwdriver. You will see that there are actually 2 screws per side. So for this one, I'm only going to use the 1 set. So I'm just going to run in the other set. And I'm just going to do this on both sides. Okay, and what you want to do is actually wrap your, since this turns this way, right, to the right to tighten it, you want your white wire hook to be that way. That way when you tighten it down, it's tightening it the same way as the hook of the wire. If you did it the other way, it might not have the best connection. Same on this side. So I'm going to make my hook go the opposite way, around this way to the right. That way when I tighten it down, it's just getting tighter and not looser. So now that I've showed you guys kind of what that is, we're going to go ahead and do it. And may speed this up a little for you so you don't have to watch it. Okay guys, so the plug isn't in permanent, it's just loose in case I have to move it. But you basically just want to carefully jam your wires back into the box there, make sure they're still under the screws nice and tight, and just kind of start that in there. On this side we have a lot going on, so we're actually going to just leave it loose for a second until we get this side wrapped up. So basically what we're going to do here, let me move you in a little bit closer. Okay, so with the switch, so here is our double switch. So basically what happens here is we have one supply, which is going to be 1 hot wire coming in. We don't have any going out, so we're just going to have 1 coming in. And then on this side, we've got 1 hot on the top that we're switching, and 1 on the bottom. I shouldn't say hot, it just depends on what wire you're switching. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and then ground in the center. So the supply ground is going to go here, and then the line hots, or whatever you're switching, are going to go here, and your line hot coming in, or supply hot coming in, is going to go here. So basically what we're going to do is tie the neutrals together. That way there's a neutral circuit, and then we're going to do the hot for the supply coming in here, and then the 2 for the switches coming out each side here. And that's basically how you wire a switch. You're just breaking the circuit essentially. So as long as you have a full circuit going on here, the switch is just breaking one side of that. Typically you do it on the hot side in certain different scenarios, or a 3-way switch you might switch a neutral or something like that. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. So supply hot's coming in here, and then the line to one set of lights and the other set of lights are going here, and then ground. So we're going to go ahead and get these wires stripped. And to strip them, guys, I'm just using a pair of needle nose, or I have other strippers. You just kind of barely clamp down and do a twisting motion, and then pull, and that's how you strip the wire. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, what I just did there, guys, was since I had 3 grounds and 1 screw, I actually braided the grounds together, and then I'm going to use one of the wires to put on the switch. And now I'm going to go ahead and strip the black wires and put them on the switch as well. Okay guys, so what you want to be aware of, especially in this case with this switch, it's a little bit bigger in this box that is all metal. You actually want to make sure that the screws are not touching the side of the metal box on either side, right? So you've got a lot of room over here. So I think what we're going to do is shift this one to the right, and we're actually just going to go ahead and tighten it up right there. Okay, and nothing's touching, so we're good there. And then this one, same deal. So we're going to pull it over so that nothing on the left hand side is touching over here, because otherwise they would touch, and that's going to be a short. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen, so we're going to push it right, and then also just put this one in. There we have it, guys. One box completely wired up. There's one more thing that I do like to do, and this is going to be just to throw a level sort of on each one. So that one's good. Actually, that looks pretty good. The box might be off a little. So what I'm going to do now is just grab the plate. And you can see that honestly it fits really nice. We might try to maneuver this one just a little bit and maybe see if we can't get it to aesthetically just look a little bit better. But again, this is splitting hairs here, guys. This is not required or needed. This is just purely being a little bit too anal about things. Make sure these are nice and tight, because we don't want that moving and touching the side of the box ever. And that looks pretty dang good, guys. Real happy with the way that came out. Alright guys, and that's it. Fairly quick video, but we've got ahead and got that box wired in, got the switches, got the outlet. Everything seems to be working good. We've got the breakers back on, no shorts or anything like that, so should be good to go there, guys. So the next step is just going to be hanging the lights, and then we've got a wire right here that we're actually gonna end up running those lights off of. There'll probably be 2 boxes where the lights they're like shop lights, they'll plug in. So it'll be easy to switch out if one goes bad or anything like that. But yeah, the next step will probably be hanging the lights and getting those wired in for part 5. And then part 6, we will go ahead and cut some pegboard, and we're actually gonna hang the pegboard here and there. Get that all cut to size around the boxes and everything, and make that look really nice. That way we can hang stuff again, and just like we had it before. So that's the plan, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of thing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and turn post notifications on. Also smash that like button if you enjoyed what you saw. You know, let me know if I can help you guys, or if you have any questions with anything. That's gonna be a wrap for part 4 of rewiring the old garage. And until next time, guys, take care, get out and do it yourself.